With humble acceptance of God's will, we, the family, announce the passing of our beloved mom, Camille Joseph, affectionately known as Teacher Kami of Balata, who departed this life on Monday, 10th February 2020 at 2:20 p.m. at the Victoria Hospital. She was 75 years old. She was predeceased by her mother, father, and 3 brothers. Left to celebrate her life are 3 daughters: Charmaine Lindell Monrose, employed with the St. Lucia Marketing Board; Olympia Petrina Joseph, employed with the Central Statistical Office; and Tekla Jasmine Joseph, employed with Mary Frances Chambers. An only son, Swethan Tyrone Joseph, minibus driver of M1131 on the Babonneau route. 2 granddaughters, Stania Khadija Joseph of Balata and Cecily Kyla Monrose, student of the South Louis Community College. 1 grandson, Calvin Swethan Joseph, student of the Balata Government School. Only sister, Henry Paul of Connecticut, USA. 4 brothers, Matthew Sentford of Atlanta, USA, Haynes Paul and Antonius Isidore of Balata, and Colin Imbert of Castries. Husband, Peter Joseph of Cabiche. Nieces, Michelle Paul, Kimberly, Kiva, and Samantha Sentford, all of the USA. Sylvia Joseph of the UK and family. Patrice Paul of Castries and Talisa Benjamin of Canaries and their families. Nephews, Sheldon and Shaw Stanislas of St. Croix. Van Roy Benjamin of Canaries and Javid Francis of the USA. Sons-in-law, Ceci Monrose of Balata and Valence Modeste of Paybush. Daughter-in-law, Titania Lenore of Bishop's Gap, Castries. Also left to mourn, children and husband of deceased aunt Agnes Charles and their families, children of deceased Ramona Paris and their families, children of deceased Leonard Isidore and their families, children of deceased Hamilton Satage and their families, children of deceased Elwin Isidore and their families, close cousins, Williana of Barbados and family, Francisca, Sophia, Jeanette, Agatha, Alice Isidore, and Gina Paris and their families, all of Balata. Sisters-in-law, Unita Moses of Balata and Rose Favre of Connecticut, USA, and their families. Patricia Sentford and family of Atlanta. Children of deceased Marie Etienne and families of the USA and England. Brothers-in-law, children and wife of the deceased Lawrence Augustine Joseph of Barbados, Kent Albert Joseph of Barbados. Left to mourn are her 9 godchildren. Special mention of Sophia Isidore, who was her home nurse, Monica Paris, Haynes Paul, and Kieran Felix and their families, all of Balata. Natasha Joseph residing in St. Martin, Rio St. Croix and family of Marisil, Pancras Eliza of Jeremy Street, Castries and family, Queen Felicia and family of Larishus Denry, Liam Joachim William of Balata, her cherished, supportive, and caring neighbors, especially the Isidore and Moses families. Left to mourn are her caretakers, Greta Charles and Shanna Sonson. Special friends, Mr. and Mrs. Senqua and family of Marisol, Mrs. Beatrice Eliza and family of New Village, Don Gustave and Janice Frederick and family of Balata, Anastasia Flora and family of Balata, Mrs. Philomene Modeste and Mr. Frank Oberton and their families of Peebush, Mr. and Mrs. Michael Toussaint and family of Babonneau, Mr. and Mrs. Sylvester Lewis and family of Babonneau, Terry Joseph, Teresa Joseph, and Anne-Marie David and families of the USA and St. Lucia, Jesse Garvey and family of the USA, Fabiana and Terry Julian of the USA, Christina Alcide and Prayer Group family, Miss Elvira Williams and family of Babonneau, Jar Group family of Bella Rosa, Mr. Clifford Daniel of Chapel Street, Grosley, Helena Joseph of François Babonneau. Also left to celebrate her life are parish priests and members of the Babonneau Good Shepherd Church Parish, Couples for Christ, Balata Catholic Community Group, Balata Mothers and Fathers Group, Balata CDRT Group, St. Lucia Association of Retired Persons, Class of 68 to 70, Teacher Division, South Ottawa Community College, 1980 to 2004 staff and students of the Balata Primary School, retired teachers of the Babonneau Infant School, staff and students of Precious Jewels, Doctors Fraga, Sevre, Maida, and entire staff of the Oncology Unit at Victoria Hospital, members of the Balata community and beyond, the Paris, Setut, Charles, and Albert families of Balata, Cynthia Prescott and family of Goodlands, the Michaud family of Massad, Grosley, the Daniel family of Tapia, Theresa Dujon, retired principal of the Balata School, the Monrose family of Lamas Choiseul, several cousins, relatives, and friends here and abroad, too numerous to mention. The funeral service for the late Camille Joseph will be held at the Babonneau Good Shepherd Church at 2 p.m. on Friday, 21st February 2020, and will be laid to rest at the Babonneau Cemetery. The body now lies at Crick's Funeral Home Limited, Vidwote. May she rest in peace. Special note, the deceased requested that a touch of pink be worn in support of breast cancer awareness.